we did look at how the other IDE work, the interface of the other IDE.
So we talked about, we are still talking, thought you are true. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so we looked at variables and the type. We looked at type of variables. We said variables are used to hold value. So we look at the type of variables and the three expressions of the variables where you have the name, the assign operator, where that is the equal to, and the value. I remember that you did say that in this program, or rather in Python, that the sign equal to is not equal. It's used to assign. So that equal to is when you use more than one equal sign, then what is in the left will now be equivalent to what is in the right. But when you use only one, you are just using it as an operator to assign, value. So we look at how to set variable length.
All right, nice one.
Hello?
We are still with you, sir.
Okay. So we equally look at if you want to see the character, probably maybe Joseph now. I don't want to print the entire letter, or rather the entire word Joseph.
Yeah.
So we look at how this is, you know. Yes. So I think basically, okay, then we equally look at indenting and indenting and the slice printing. So the same thing that Joseph, if I want to print only J, okay, I know that okay, each character has a value. So I know that okay, if I want to print J, I will put the square bracket inside my command prompt and put 0. So if I want to print from a range, so I will now put 0 to the particular number I want to print. So I think that was basically what we did last session.
All right, thank you very much for that explanation. You have almost explained all. Let me not bother. This is constant. But do you have anything you want to add to what you have said?
Yes.
Okay. So your assignment next class, you'll be the one to recap like this. So make sure that you stay tuned. All right, so that is to confirm that he went through what we did last time over and over again, which is very important, particularly when you are learning a programming language like this. So like I told us last time, this is
Sir, please.
Okay.
Just a moment. Sir, please. That my last week work is on inside my Visual Studio Code. That's why I cannot be able to do anything.
Which of the last week work?
The last Saturday class.
That we did here. See the one we
Yes.
did here? So Acom is in
Yes.
Visual Studio Code. How did it go to Visual? Was it Visual Studio Code we were using or Anaconda?
It's an account that I use
The network has started. Please slightly change to a better network.
that and now
I can't hear you. Please, you have to change to another network.
So,
This same network was affecting yesterday. If you can switch to another network, you are using MTN, go to Glo. Can you hear me?
you loud though.
You said what? Your voice was breaking.
I said that the file name I couldn't find it in Anaconda file, but if I click visual code.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? Which network are you using? Your line has already breaking like yesterday night, so it doesn't disrupt the class again, like the one of yesterday night. Which network are you
I
using?
continue the class after the class. I'm here.
So before then, try and see if you can
It's
change to
MTN I'm
MTN
using.
or Glo. Then change to Glo or Airtel if you have another one, because it's breaking at some point. All right. I think the challenge you are facing, if you can hear me, is the IDE conflicts. So I do face that because sometimes it's like you have made the Visual Studio Code, or your system have made the Visual Studio Code as the default IDE. That is why when you try to open Anaconda, then it will direct you to the Visual Studio Code. So what you do is to alternate it by, I don't know, I will have to show you that one maybe later on in the day when we look at those other things we are planning to do. So I'll show you what to do. You uninstall it. You uninstall it. Each time you want to launch that Anaconda, you uninstall it. But the best thing is for you to try and install this PyCharm. Then you uninstall that Visual Studio Code. So anytime you want to run Visual Studio Code, you install it back. So that is what I normally do where I have that kind of issue. All right, so let
No
me
problem. Let's proceed.
So like Oga have recapped, we have done justice to Python basic data types. We've talked about data type, and the way I was showing us the data type, I was aligning them with variables. That was why when I store an integer in a variable, I refer to it as integer variable. Okay, so when we created another variable that will store string, we refer to that as string variable. But this section, our focus is going to be on the advanced data type. But before that, I just want to conclude an aspect that I feel we should understand so that in the future, when we start analyzing data and we try to concatenate two different data types, we will not run into some challenges. So I'm starting with what we call in Python type conversions. In other words, data type conversions. Starting with that. Type conversions. So what do we mean by type conversions, which is also known as type casting? So let me put it here. You can also refer to it as type casting. So it's a concept that we need to understand. What do we mean by casting? The word casting here means molding, molding. You know, when we created variable the other time, for instance, when we say, let's say variable s, and then we store what? 90 inside. This is not casting. So in other words, you left the responsibility of finding out the type of data you are storing in that variable to Python. You did not cast it. So you are indirectly telling Python that you should find out the type of data, the type of value in X. That is what you are saying to Python. Now, but what about if I do something like this, S, that's same value, and I do something like this, ints. You see the difference between the casting now. X, or let's say, let me use another variable to avoid, let's say, Z. So as you can see there, one is casting, the other one is just normal variable. So that is what we are talking about. So how do we convert integer as a data type to string? How do we convert string to integer? That is the topic, type conversion. Now, for example, or we can say that in Python, you can convert different data type, such as the one I just mentioned now, which is the string and the integer. So I'm going to use some practical example to explain this concept so that you can understand it once for all. Now, let's assume that we want to print. And then I have something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that we have talked about concatenation, where I said concatenation in Python means you are joining two or combining two different entities. And the notation for concatenation is plus operator. So if we are doing something like this, let's say what, 4, 5, 6. Now, if I ask us that, do you think Python is going to add? Do you think Python is going to add? Python is going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4, 5, 6. Let's run it and see. Let's see what we get. So what did you see here? What happens here is that Python joined them together. That is concatenation. But maybe your intention is to sum them up. So what is happening? It means that Python does not recognize this as number data type. Instead, it recognizes them as string, because from the rule of holding string within programming languages is that once any write-off is in the quotation, either single or the double, the programming language sees that as string, which means what? Text. So now, if we now want to convert it, we want to have this same thing, but we want Python to recognize those values as number. not string. So what we are going to do is to convert it to string. And that is where we are bringing in, to convert it to integer. So which means that we need to consult Python integer constructor. Python integer constructor. In other words, an inbuilt function within Python used in constructing integers or numbers. So this same thing that printed this as string, once I say print, and then I next int as a function. So this is this is an integer construct now, which means that then if I do that same thing that we did, let's say I put it this way, what was the value? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I come outside, that is the first number construct, and then I do my concatenation, and then I type another construct, and then inside it also I have the 4, 5, 6. Now, if I run this code, check what Python will give to us. So what Python did is not to join them together like the first one, but instead it's added them together, because at this point, you quoted this number, which ordinarily was seen as string. But because you casted them in the Python constructor or integer constructor, you have automatically changed the way Python sees them. Because now the priority is on the constructs. The function you are using to pass in the value is what Python will be looking at, which is what? Integer. Please, can I get a response if we are getting what I'm saying, please? At least one person should.
So, so you need the bracket. So what is the main operator here now when you are doing
The main operator here is the plus. Exactly. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you, but because like the string above the operator there when you do the concatenation is the plus. So now this last this now you're still saying that the main operator here now is the plus.
Let me get your question right. I think
Yeah.
your question is not about the operator. What your focus should be now on, look at the difference. That is why I left this one. If you look at the difference between these two codes, what is in this code that is not here? What is here that is not here? The only thing we introduce here is the Python integer casting function, which is the what? The int. That is the emphasis. That is what we should be looking at. Okay. It is the introduction of these ints. Because right now, if you look at it here, how many brackets do you have here? You have 2 closing brackets, which means that we are nesting sub-function in the main function. So all this is a function that starts and stops here. We concatenated it with another function that starts and stops here. All of these functions are inside the print function because we want to see the output. So what we are saying is that if you quote numbers and you introduce them or envelop them in the ints, Python sees them as integer, no longer what? String. Because what we have done now is that this was supposed to be seen as string from the basic explanation. This was supposed to be seen as what? String as well. But rather, because of the int, Python has converted the string to number. That is the topic, type conversion. I hope that is clear now. On impurity, do you understand the concept? Just for us to understand that, oh, because there are times when you are concatenating, you start seeing errors like you cannot concatenate integer plus string. So what you do is to convert the string to either integer or the integer to string. That is the reason why I'm explaining this whole logic. So are we on the
Yes.
same? Oh, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's look at another conversion, trying to look at real life scenario so that we can understand it. Okay. So we have these different constructors. So let me just mention them so that in case you come across them. So we have, these are the list of the constructors. So we have this. We have str. This is for constructing string. We have floats. We have floats constructor. Then we have a bool constructor. We have a bool constructor that is for boolean. For boolean, so boolean is a data type, is part of the primitive data type that we spoke about, which has just two values, true or false. All right, so there is a little challenge I want us to see how we can resolve it. So let's assume we have all of this is for us to understand what we are saying. So let's say I have this and I say number of letter in your name, number of letter in your name plus number of letter in your name plus len. Remember that we talked about this len function the other time. Len, and then we put input because we want to collect the person's data, which we have already settled. And then inside the input, we write enter your name. Enter your name. Okay, so as you can see here, this will print error. This will print error. Can anybody tell us why this will print error? Using the concept of data conversion we just learned now. Why would this print error? So if I run it, it's asking me to enter my name. So if I type Prosper, you see the error I get here now. This is actually the reason why we are learning this. You see the error I get here now, which says can only concatenate string, not integer to string. If you get this error. So your task is to factor out how we can correct this. So make this line of code run without error. So that is your task. Can anybody find out how we can resolve this error? So just your view, let's see.
Yeah, hello. I think we need to put the
We need to do what?
operator
Please speak louder a little.
response. You need to put the integer function or rather the operator.
Okay, we need to put it where? Where do we need to put it?
Mm,
Where exactly do we need to
yeah, I'm
put
not
it?
sure whether I think you will need to put it yeah before the main function.
Before what? Before the input?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. Are you saying that we should put the integer
Yeah, I'm
here
thinking
or here? Where exactly the
you put
integer
it
is
there
going?
where you're talking.
Okay, you know what? Write the code. Let's see your screen. Since you are joining with your sorry, who is user? Any of you join with two devices? Who is user here?
I
Is it?
think my second device
Okay,
is not.
okay. All right, all right.
Mm,
So share your screen. Let's see how you can resolve that issue. So once I come back, we'll look at the solution. So Mrs. Constant, okay, your ID is not opening like you said. You can actually run this with Visual Studio Code. The only thing is that I don't know if I've taught us how to configure Python to work with it, just for you to install a Python extension. Oh yeah, Mr. Joseph, share your screen. Let's see how you will resolve that error. Please, if you can, okay.
hello, sir.
We are with you. Go ahead.
I did not, um, I've not even done the listing on my system sir, before I
Okay,
started here.
okay,
Can let me get this properly here on the phone. Let me
okay.
compare
Let
it.
me show you. This is it here.
Okay. Um, then, okay.
Can I go back to your screen now? So that
Just a minute. Just a minute. No, just leave it. Just leave it. Just give me a minute.
we need to be seeing what you are
Hello, sir.
doing. That is how we can follow you. We need to, that is the essence of sharing
Yeah,
your screen. You're supposed to have written it down.
just
Living is as good as others are not seeing what you are doing. Let us always get our writing material while the class is going on. We should be writing. This is very important.
you know, you have to write as well. You have to understand. Okay.
Can I
So,
move now? I want to see.
you can go.
Okay, all right.
Yes. All right. So,
Now, if you look at the error, we need to, debugging error is part of programming. your ability to know how to resolve common errors is very important. Now, for you to know which one exactly is complaining about, you read the type error. The type error says can only concatenate string, not is integer. That is what is seeing one of the entry as an integer instead of string. Now, if you look at this code now, number of letter in your name. So the len function is to count. That is after you type your name, just like I did the other time, Prosper. That is when what is going to output should be number. What is going to output will be number. So it is that output that is generating the error. That is, once you type your name, it will count it and tell you that your name has 20 characters or 5 characters. So that outputs what type of data type is expected to be, this number. So to solve this problem, this is what we are going to do. So we are going to make our code more readable by, first of all, we are going to split it. So we are going to separate the entire code with variable. So which means that the first variable is going to be name underscore of underscore the underscore user. So that is the first variable, and that is name underscore of the user, because that is the first thing we want to collect that will be counted. Now we will equate this to input, because that is the function for collecting the user's information. Input, and then of course we need to ask the user a question in order to get the data from him or her by saying enter your name. Enter your name. So that will be the end of that. So in other words, this will collect the user's name and store it in this variable. So the next thing is for us to create the function, a variable that we hold the counting function. So we'll just simply say length. Let's say length of the name is equals to the len function, and then we supply this. That is whatever name that must have been collected, stored here is what you are to count. So what we are doing now, we are trying to simplify the code. Now, the next step is for us to check. So before we even solve the problem, I think we will have even run that type function to know whether it's actually seeing one string and the other one type. So if we want to do that, I think we have gone past that. I believe I've showed us how to use the type function. If I have not, I will try it in another exercise. Now, the next thing we want to do here is to print. Numbers of number of letter, which is the length function rule in your name. Number of letters in your name. In your name. we are concatenating this with, now this is the complaint. The complaint was from here. So what we are going to do here now, we will concatenate it using the string constructs. You see the logic. This is why Python was outputting error. So what we are saying now is that we want to convert this to string. Now, what are you converting to string? Is this, the length, that is the conversion, the length. So I'll simply supply the whole of this, Ctrl C, inside the string. So I believe that is clear. So if I run it now, that's what I get. Now, it's asking me to type my name. So let's say my name is Prosper. If I press enter, and then it's counted what? Number of letter in your name, 7, instead of the error. So what has eradicated the error is just the introduction of this word str, which means that you have automatically converted it to string. I hope we are following. Any question before we proceed? I just want us to understand that as the practical application of what we are talking about. Any question, please? So make sure if there's no question, please write the whole of this section down. So let me give us, once you are ready to proceed, let me know. If you have question, you ask.
Running figure. So we're converting it to string.
Exactly. Is that all?
So yes. So why is it that okay? Why is it that the output there is no, it's a number of letters in your name, 7. Why is it
Yes.
there is no space between?
Why there is no space? Yes.
Yeah.
Why there is no space is that you did not give space. You did not give space.
Okay. Okay.
You did not give space. So you will have
All right.
also concatenated them. So can we proceed now? Mrs. Costa, please, let's be hearing from you. Are you okay? And I hope you are documenting all this. Hope you are writing all this, because in the next class, I will make sure that I check whether you have implemented all that we are learning today. Is she even here?
I'm here. Just that I'm not following.
Why are you not following? Well, you are writing down, right?
I'm just writing down.
So which aspect is not clear to you? It should be clear to you, even though you are not, because I don't want to pause the class and start solving issue of ID. So you should have
No,
spoken
I'm
out
okay. I'm okay.
before
I'm
now.
okay. I'm listening.
So once you understand it, understanding is very important, because if you write down everything and you install the ID without understanding, it still be difficult for you. So but at least, even though you are not coding, any session, whatever we are doing that is not clear, feel free to ask for explanation, so that when you try it later, you'll be able to know what you are doing.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. All right, so I believe that will have been sorted out. So let's proceed. Now, I just wanted us to so I feel I should still do one more example because these concepts are very important before we go into the advanced data type. Since it's 3 hours class, there's no need for us rushing. So let's quickly talk about, this, which is an important topic in programming, mathematical. Mathematical operation. Mathematical operation. Mathematical operation. So what do we mean by mathematical operation? So there is no programmer that can successfully program without using operators. Just like what we have done today, you can see that we have used one of the operator, which is the plus. And these operators, they are used to perform different operations. They are used to perform different mathematical operations. So that is why I want us to take some time to understand them. And I'll be using practical to explain them in a way that you can even understand it once and for all. So if you look at the previous class, the previous lesson, we were talking about computing values. Like we just did here now, we concatenated using the plus operator. But that does not mean that that is the only one we have. So take, for example, you want to print. This is how I want to explain the operators. Now, let's say you want to print a string that says my age. My age. Then you want to concatenate it with str. By now you should understand that string constructor. And then you put 12 inside. So if I run this particular code, you see I get what? I think I need to comment. I need to comment some of this so that we can always go straight to the very one we want to execute for time. So let me take off this. Take off this so that we can focus on only this line of code. So you can see that my age is what? 12. My age is 12. Now, what happens here is that we converted what? We concatenated string. This is string with what? An integer, or using what? String construct. So this plus that you are seeing here is the emphasis, is an operator, which is used to add. So that is one operator. The next one is I can also print like this, which is say plus operator. I can say 1, 2, 3, and then plus 4, 0, like this. So this is still addition operator. If I run it, I'm going to get the calculation. Now this and this, we use arithmetic, which is plus operator. Now, what about if we want to perform subtraction, which will involve another operator? Let's say 7 minus 3. If I run it, it will give me what?
Hello, sir.
An answer. Okay, I'm with you, sir. Go ahead, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah, by age, I discovered there is a column there. So what is the essence of that term?
The column is not a constant. It's just for me to be able to differentiate the string part from the number part. It's a choice. You can decide to remove it. I just want to.
So without
break.
it,
Why? Why not? Without it will work. Without it will work. If I run it now, look at it.
okay.
You have it like this.
All right,
Work.
thank you.
I just want to. Yeah. All right. So, Mrs. Constant, hope you are following. So what I'm trying to do here is to use practical to explain this operator. So if you are writing in your notes, in front of this one, you write addition operator. In front of this one, you write addition operator. Now, in front of this one, you write subtraction operator. Subtraction operator. I hope we are following. Now, let's look at another operator. So what about if we are asked to print like this? Let's say 3 asterisk 3. So in programming, this is times. This is times. So in front of this in your notes, you write multiplication operator. So if I run the code, it will give me what? 3 times 3. 3 times 3. So that is another operator. So you see us using them. That is why I want to make sure that we settle it. So the next operator is, what about if you have, let's say, want to print 6/3. This is division operator. This is division operator. Now, division always prints a float number where it is an even. You can see it here now, 2.0, 2.0, 2.0. Okay, so that is for the division. Now, if you want to check the type, this is what I was emphasizing the other time. So if you want to know whether Python actually recognizes this as integer or this, addition operator, or as an integer, or this an integer, we can simply use Python type function printing, which means that we want to know, okay, what type of data is stored or you printed out when you said 6 divided by 3. You want to know whether the output is an integer or string or bool. How do you go about that? Once you type there's a function called what? Type. So this is what you do. So you now envelop that entire operation. Let's say 6 divided by 3. So what you are looking for right now is not the result, is what type of data is this. So if I run the code, check what Python will give to you. This is what floats. And how did we describe floats? We said that floats is a number with decimal units. Float is a number with decimal units. So we need to understand that. Float is a number with decimal units.
So now, you know that mathematically, 6 by 3 is 2. So that means every number is a float.
Yeah, every number that has decimal units, or maybe when you divide it, it gives you even division. That's no remainder. In programming, we always translate to what? Float. That is what we are saying.
So the one you divide with remainder, because actually, if I do 4 by 6,
yes,
it will give you 1 point something.
Yeah, once there is
so that is where actually the decimal issue comes in. So why are we having 0.0? So that was why, because if every even number you get when you do your division gives you exact number and you are introducing a 0 there, it's a decimal. So is it safe now to say that every division you do and gives you even float?
Yes, the 0 there is the same thing as 2. That is the understanding of the program. So where you have like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 is no longer what 2. So as we proceed, we are going to look at how you can specify the number of decimal units. That is, if you don't want it to put the decimal at all. But as far as the program is concerned, when you are performing division, this is what you get. And that 0 means nothing. So it's something as 2. Hope that is clear. All right.
Clear.
So you said what? Is it clear? Please. Didn't get that right.
Yes, please.
All right, all right. Okay,
Yes.
so now what happens here is that Python converted the number to floats. That is what happened under the conversion. Python converted number to floats. So, but we can stop it by using double. Okay, if you don't want the decimal unit to show, so that you just have to, all you need to do is to use double division sign like this. So if I run this now, what you get is string. But let's remove this type so that we can get the actual information. So if I run this, you check, you get what? Just 2. So anytime you want to do away with the decimal, where you have a division that generates even number, then you use this type of division. So indirectly, what I'm teaching us is that there are 2 ways you can divide, either with a single slash or double. But if you are writing it in your notes, you write single means what? It is going to display what? The remainder. Is going to translate the output to what? Floats, instead of just an integer, which is expected to be a whole number. Is that clear? Hello, are we together? And I hope you are running this script. Okay, so we will go for 10 minutes break. And then when we come back, we continue from, I still have some operators before we go into the other type, or sorry, the advanced data type. But while we are going on the break, Mrs. Constant, I want to share your screen. Let me see if I can quickly help you to resolve that ID issue so that you can continue to practice alongside with us. Please share your screen if you can hear me, and I hope you must have switched to a good network. Can you hear me? Let me move on.
Yes, sir.
Please share your screen. Let me see how I can help you to resolve that ID issue. Let me record it because of next time.
I just opened another new environment so that I can be doing the class.
Oh. Now I understand the challenge you are facing. It's not even a challenge. What you were doing before, you were trying to double click on the file to open direct, right?
No, the file is in Visual Studio Code. I just opened another new title.
No.
For this mathematical.
See, you don't need to do this. I've gotten the challenge you are facing. Now, minimize this now and go over it again as if you want to start, so that will correct you what you did wrong that led to the file going to Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's say you're on your system now, you want to start. Just be explaining the steps you went through before. So speaking out so that I can hear
You know
you.
what happened what happened yesterday? This Visual Studio Code, I want to open it and I saw my Python work inside. I don't
Okay.
know whether it's because of the record or what.
No. It does not matter. Now, like today now, you have to continue from where you stopped last time, right? You have to
Yes.
leave Visual Studio Code. Don't open it. Don't mind whether you find it there. It's not your business. Just close here first. I want to show you the right way you are supposed to start. So whenever you want to run, you want to use a Jupyter notebook. Now open that. I think you have opened it before. Just close this. Close this.
I should close what again?
Now just pay attention and follow me. Don't be faster than me so that you can get it. Now, where did you open your Anaconda? I think it's like you have opened it before. So let's say you want to use Jupyter Notebook now. After you have on your laptop, the next thing is for you to open the Anaconda, or you go through that step so that I can guide you through. Open the Anaconda. If you have opened it, bring it
It's
up again.
loading.
I thought we were there now before. Now,
It's
have you closed
loading.
it? Okay, just hold on. Let's reconfirm everything again so that you can understand it. So you have no issue going to Visual Studio Code. Anytime you are going to Jupyter Notebook, all you need, open Anaconda the way it's coming up like this. Good. Now, after you get here, you launch your Jupyter Notebook. Click on it. That is where your cursor is. Good. Click on it. This is how you should be going forward. Don't bother what is happening in Visual Studio Code. Just hold on. Just hold on. Okay. Now, once it opens like this, I believe you created a folder on desktop last time, right? We created a working folder. That folder was created on desktop. That folder was created on desktop. Now double click on desktop so that we can access that folder. Double click on it. Good. Hold on. Is the folder name here?
Oh.
Is the folder name
Yes,
here?
Saturday class.
Where is
Yes,
it?
sir.
Oh yeah, double click on it. Good. Next time, this is what you need. Forget about what is happening. It will now resume. Did you get
Oh.
it now? Mhm.
Okay, sir,
So-
please, that version, which of the version? I wanted to download this. I forget the particular one.
Okay, I'll go to browser. Since we are still within our 10 minutes, go to browser. Let's start the process. So if I did not end it, then maybe if I take another break, I'll come back to it. Go to a browser, open a new browser. You are not supposed to close this. Are you not coming back? Don't close it. So just type from your taskbar, type Chrome, or you are seeing the icon of Chrome there. Just click on it. Don't close this. So you are coming back to this to continue your work. Look at the icon
I
of
just
Chrome.
minimize it.
Good. Click on that Chrome there. Click on it there to open. Is it coming
The Chrome
up?
is doing.
Just add another tab. This is the Chrome, right? Hold on. This is the Chrome. Good. Add another tab there. Oh, you have removed it. I wanted you to add another tab from that. Okay, good. Now type download PyCharm in that search box quickly. Download. Just type download PyCharm. Download PyCharm. That is just download PyCharm. Type it in full so that PyCharm. Now hold on. As you are typing, hold on. You can see an option that says community. Download PyCharm community. Go and click on it. Good.
This one.
Yes. That is the free version, not the one with Pro. Just hold on. Good. Now we get it from JetBrains. Now click on No. Click on the one that says download PyCharm community, the second option. Always look for the one that
Yeah.
has community, yes. So
Okay.
that one might be pro. Then click on it. Click on it.
The first one is pro.
Click on it, yes. Now hold on. Now click on free download for PC. That icon there. Free download for PC.
I'm not seeing
Down. Yes.
Here.
Yes, click on it. So hold on. Your download ought to have started. Just hold on. Let's see. Just hold on. Yeah, your download have started. Hope you know where to check your download. That arrow, just go up, see that download icon. Where you have P.
It's still loading.
No, click on it. Click on that arrow. Click on it so that we can monitor the progress. Click on it. Yeah, I think it's completed. I think it's completed.
Full downloaded, yes.
Yes. So now you have to download, you have to install Python. You have to install Python in the system before you continue with this installation. Okay, so what you are going to do now is that go back to that browser. Go back to the browser. Go back to the browser, or you can open another new tab. Open another new tab. Open another new tab and type download Python. Just type download Python. Download Python. Download Python. Python. Okay, for Windows. Look at that option that says for Windows. Click on it. Just hold on. Download Python for Windows. How come we are here? This is where we are coming. No. We can't follow this link. Or this is a different thing entirely. Go back. Go and use your back option. Yes, good. Yeah, type it again. Let's see. Or just type python.com.org. Type python.org. Python.org. .org. Oh yeah.
This one.
Yes, let's see what happens. Yeah, perfect. Now, the next step is go to download. You can see download here. After about, click on downloads. No, down. Yes, down. Before documentation. Click here. Yes, click on that download. Let me see. Hold on. Just make sure. Remove your drop down.
Is downloading now?
No, it has not started. Remove your drop down. Good. Now click on download Python. Click on download. Which version? There's a Windows version there. You can say looking for Python with where is the one that mentioned Windows? Python for Windows.
Python install.
No, there is one that says Windows. No, it's there. Looking for Python with a different Python for Windows. Look at Windows there, Windows version. Okay, don't worry. Just click on that download Python install manager. Click on it. Let's see. Click on it. Yes, click. Click. Let us see what happened.
The clicking is now.
Just hold on. It's rolling now. You just have to wait. Okay, I think it's downloading already. Click on that download there. Click on the download icon. Let me see what's happening there. Are you with me?
It's showing two signals. Two downloads in progress.
Click on that icon. Let's see them. That is how you monitor. Let's know whether we are downloading the right thing first. No. Now, what you do now, that place you see Python 3.140, click on it. Python 3, under that download Python install manager, you see an option that says Python 3.140. Click on it. Good. Click on that place. Click that. Yes, click. Let me see what you see there. Just click.
It's going.
Okay. Now go back to the download manager. Click on the download icon again. Let me see. I just want to see what is downloading. Okay, I think our 10 minutes is off, but you keep the installation, the downloading in progress. I'll come back to it later. But just expand it first. Let me see what you are downloading. Click on the download icon. I want to see the list of items you are downloading. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Click on it. Yeah, we are downloading the right one. That last one that we are downloading is the right one. That one is like we are downloading the entire folder. So it has its inside. So you can stop the other two, leave only this first one, or just leave this process going. Let's continue with the class. When I come back during another break, I'll continue this process with you. But for now, go and continue writing your code in
The two of them are finished downloading.
Yes, but we cannot go through the installation now. I'm coming back to the installation. Let's continue with the class. Perform your code. Write your code in Anaconda for now. So once I take another break, I'll come back to show you, to guide you through on the installation. Or at least we have downloaded them. Are you with me?
Okay.
So go and write your code. Any code we are writing now, use because you're supposed to have done this as an assignment I'll give to you so that you don't use your assignment time to do all of your. So when you are doing assignment, please make attempts. If you are not getting it, you reach out or provide solution before the class like this. Okay, so you can continue writing your code here. So any question, Mr. Joseph, hope you are still here. Hope we are still here. Can we continue? Please, hope we are still here. Let me get to respond. Mrs. Constance, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I just want to round up the other operators that we need to understand their role in programming. So let's quickly look at how do we write, we call that exponential. Exponential. That is just like in mathematics, when you want to write 2 raised power 2, which is what? 2 times 2. 2 raised power 3, that's what? 2 times 2 times 2. So how do you denote that in programming? So let's say we write print, sorry, print is not correct, print, write print. Now, if we write 2, 1 asterisk like this, 1 asterisk is times, 2 of it is exponential. So we need to understand this. So this, can anybody tell us the expected output? Who can tell us the answer we are expected to get? Mr. Joseph, please tell us the answer we are expected to get. Is Mr. Joseph here? Let's be prompt so that we can move forward.
4.
4, good. Now, if you click here, you get 4. Now, if I change it from 2 and I put 3, just to confirm the exponential, you see what? 8. So that is one operator you need to understand in programming. Single asterisk is multiplication. Double is what? Exponential, which is like raised to power. Okay, now there is one more that I want us to to look at, which is how will I refer to that? Which is it's just a minute. All right, so we are looking at modulus. There is another operator which is called modulus that displays only remainder. So for example, if we have this, let's say print. So I want somebody to tell us what that is going to be. So if I have 10 modulus, that is when we use the percentage sign. The expected result, this is not division. This is called modulus, which means that what? How many times will 2 go into 10 and what will be the remainder? So it is that remainder that is expected to be outputted. Did anybody understand it, Mrs. Constant and Joseph? Please, did you understand what I just explained now?
Yes.
So what will be the expected output if I run this code?
0, 2.0.
It's 0, not 2.0. So what happened here is that 5, that is what? If 2 divide 10, we give us 5. There will not be any remainder. That is why it outputted 0. Now, if I put 10 modulus 3, who can tell us what will be the answer? In fact, let me mandate it to Mrs. Costa, please. What do you think will be the output? We need to be following. What will be the output?
It's 3 points.
3 points. 3 point what? 0. How did you do your mathematics?
3.
Can you highlight?
This is divide now. 3 divides 10. We get 3 remainder 1 now.
So what will be the answer? What will be displayed? That's what
3.1.
3.1. No, you have said it all. You said that 3 into 10. We give you 3. It will remain what?
1.
1. And this is not division. This is when you say 10 modulus 3, you are referring to what? The remainder. So what you are expected to get is the remainder. So if I run this code now, Mr. Joseph, what will be the answer?
1.
Good. So you can see it. So let's get that right. So
now I get it.
So in programming, this division is different from this division. This is modulus. This is not division. This is to print the remainder after that particular denominator goes into the numerator. Whatever that remains is what it prints.
Okay, sir. The 2 times is what?
Is raised to power. That is exponential. That is raised to power. You know, like when you say 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 3. So it's power.
The 2 slash. The 2 slash is what?
The 2 slash is division without division and rounding the number to integer. That's what division without displaying the remainder.
Okay.
Did you understand this?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I have a question.
Go ahead, sir.
So, of what benefit is this modulus to us, this modulus operation, if we are just printing out only the remainder?
Yes, we will in programming, there are scenarios when you are developing applications where is being used. So the best thing is when you are writing code and there is a communication within your app that is meant to display what is remaining. So, but why I'm explaining that's why most time, when programmer teaches these operators, they don't usually touch this one. That is why it's strange to you. Because just like you asked, they don't easily find scenario for each application, but it exists. So we have like 1% programming where it's being used. So because we are learning, I have no choice than to explain this. Exactly. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So in fact, I can even deduce an answer from your question of what benefit. The benefit is where you divide number and you want to know, let's say you want to know an odd number. You know, we have even number, we have odd number. Maybe in mathematics, you are not sure whether a number is an even number. So when you divide it and it outputs any remainder, it means that what? It is not an even number. So there are many scenarios depending on how you reason it. All right, so that takes us to Python advanced data type. Remember that this is data analytics class. The extent at which you go with Python is limited to an aspect of Python because we are just trying to understand Python basics before we start using it to communicate with data. Okay, so if you, let's say, for example, now you want to learn Python to become pro in application development to the extent that you can learn how to build game. The session will be open soon. That is different from the reason why we are learning Python. So before the next week or next 2 weeks round up, I will have announced the date. For those that want to learn Python, just learning Python for application game development. But for us, we just have to understand the basic data type, understand Python syntax, how to write Python code, and then down to function or the advanced data type before we are redirected to the main business, which is the data analysis aspect. So I want to quickly dive into Python. So it's assumed that everything that has to do with the primitive data type I have explained it, starting from how to, from string, number, Boolean, and have we treated Boolean? I don't know. Boolean, undefined, integer or number. These are the primitive data type that we defined the other time. So let us quickly look at advanced data type. Advanced data type in Python. Advanced data types in Python. Advanced data type in Python. So how can we define advanced data type? So it's either we define them as, or we describe them as advanced data type or multi-structure data type. It's the same thing. Multi-structure data type. Or we can even use the word reference data type. These are some common ways of describing this set of data type. Now, I just want us to know the essence of this advanced data type introduction. When programming started, there was nothing called advanced data type. What we used to have was more of the primitive, the primary data type. But as time goes on, based on the demand of improving an application speed, optimizing an application response, the advanced data structure will now introduce. Now, for instance, if I want to print 3 different values, I want to print 3 different values. Let's say I want to print 1, and then I want to print 2 or 3, and then I want to print 5. Just because I want to print 1, 3, 5, I have to engage the print function 3 good times, which means that I have overused or engaged the memory of the program. So this is the reason why so many apps, particularly those olden days apps that were developed 30 to 40 years ago, are very slow compared to the app of today. And that is where you see banks and other institutions trying to upgrade. And the essence of that upgrade is to optimize the speed of their application. Now, why those apps are slow? Because they over-engage the memory. So the memory is too busy. So anytime the app is launched, then the app will have to give attention to too many things before it's able to decode. Now, you can see what happened here now. 3 lines just to display what? 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. When I can use one of the advanced data type or multi-structured data type to use one print to print everything. So which means that this advanced data type were introduced to economize the memory of the system. A practical example is just like your room. You have one big basket and you throw everything inside. There will be space in the room. Then you'll be able to walk easily. But if you now have smaller baskets and you litter everywhere with what you will have put in one basket, the room will be choked, that you will not have space to move. And in as much you are not able to move freely within that room, you are constrained, you will not be able to walk fast. This is another scenario where why some apps are very slow, because the memory is over-engaged. So the introduction of advanced data type brought solution to what I've just explained. So official definition of, now since we talk about the variable, which means that if I don't want to, because if I print this value, I want us to get something right. As we printed this 1, 3, 5, if you are asked as a programmer, can you reuse this value after shutting down this app? The answer is no, because they are just displayed values. So I will want a situation whereby within the program memory, this value should be held. So which means that I have to bring in the variable concept. So I will say what? num1 equals to what? 1. Then num2 equals to 3. Then num3 equals to 5. So by this, I have acknowledged, I have stored this value in valid variable. So which means that I can now say print, I can now output them by saying print, and then I will just reference the variable. I will just reference the variable. And the way I am going to reference the variable is by using Python string printing, which is another way of the conversion. Python string printing denotes that you start with F inside it. And then you open your string. And then you say, to concatenate the above variables values, then you are still within the string. Now, where you want to call one of the value stored in the first variable, num1. So I'm going to use the calling bracket to acknowledge a variable within the string. So I'll bring in this. This is what I mean by what? Calling what? Braces. Now, why did you introduce this calling brackets? Because you are about to reference a value that has been kept in a variable, not a value you are bringing in for the first time. So I will just simply call the name of that variable without quoting it. Then I will say concatenate. Remember, I will say plus. I want to reference another variable, then num2. So what I am showing us here is Python string printing. This is a kind of logic of converting value to string because they are all in the string position. Now I'll come out here and also do the same. Plus, and then reference the last variable, which is what? num3. So if I run this, what do I get? You can see that what? Concatenate. So this called out the values. This calls out the value. Now, this is what we were talking about the other time. So if I want to convert them, so it joined them together because I use the word concatenation. What I am interested in is just to display exactly what we have inside. I do not mean the program to perform any calculation. But if I want to convert this to calculation, then I will have to acknowledge them. I will have to write all this inside what? Integer construction or constructor. So that is not the purpose. So what I'm trying to show us now, you can see the way I use this Python string printing. Now, which means that these values that we just outputted, they are stored within the program. You can always reach out to them anytime. But what about if I want to print them in different line? That is, I'm not concatenating, but I just want them to be printed on different lines. That is, instead of having them in one line, I want 3 to come down, I want 5. That is block printing. So that will now take us to one of the Python property that I must have explained, which is what? Print new line. So what I will simply do is to come here and do what? Backward slash and put what? N. And then do it here also, backward slash, and put N. So if I run this code, you see what happened? What you did automatically, you have asked Python to display each of the values in the variable in different what? Line. Why is this one still here? 1. Because we ought to have added it here also. That is, after the direct string, every other thing should be displayed log. So I'll do the backward slash and N. And then if I run my code, you see that what? All the values are printed what? In a block format. Any question? So I'll pause here and give us 2 minutes to verify this code. So you write this in your IDE and then get an output like this before we continue. But if you have questions, go ahead and ask. So if there's no question, please kindly share your screen. Let me start with Mr. Joseph. Share your screen and perform the task. I hope you have taken the code so that once I switch out now, it's not going to affect you. You can just snap it. So let me get respond.
Okay.
Let's snap this section so that you know what we are doing, because I'll switch from my screen to your screen. I want to be seeing what we are doing. Mrs. Constant, have you snapped or you have written? Okay, Mr. Joseph, let me see your screen. I believe maybe she stepped out.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I think Mrs. Constance, she's still sharing.
No, it's me.
Is this you? Okay, because I've seen her screen as well. What I'm seeing here is our own screen. Let me see. Okay, your own is coming up. I'm with you, Mr. Joseph. Go ahead. Mrs. Constant, please, if you are here, let's hear from you.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So we are actually doing well. Doing well.
Yeah.
So all these concepts, we need to note them. All right. So let's proceed because it's like she's not here. No point of waiting.
Yeah, I've done.
But
I've done it.
You are not communicating now. Let's be prompt with response.
I don't know that I muted myself. This is my sister.
Okay, so are you performing these tasks? Are you performing the
Hello, sir.
tasks?
I've performed the
No.
task.
I've seen your own, Mr. Joseph. I'm asking Mrs.
Okay.
Constant. Just to
So I can
confirm.
stop
Sir, let
sharing.
me.
Yes, you can stop
Okay.
sharing. Mrs. Constant, are you sharing your screen now? Are you performing the task? If you are not, so that we can. Okay, I think your screen is coming up.
I'm sharing my screen now.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
I'm having another challenge.
Okay,
I want to run this last one and all this one now. My previous work, all of them did not run again. I want to run this one. That's when the issue started.
Run it now. Let me see now. Run it. Let's see. You have not even gotten to where we are. We still need to write down. Oh yeah, run all cells. Yes, run all cells. It's still, just give it some time. Just give it some time. Now, but what you will have done is that you can actually open a new notebook in that same folder and just continue. but sometimes it's good you have your code in one place so that in case you want to practice, able to go
Hello,
through.
sir.
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
So my question is this. When you want to perform this operation, must you, after putting the F, must you put this sentence to concatenate the above variable value?
Okay, that is a valid question. So let me share my screen and show you what you are asking. What you are asking is it a must that you put the F? Now, you see this particular string, this quotation is what activates the F. If you don't want to say anything, if you don't want to wrap all the values you want to print, you don't want to convert them to string, there's no point of F. So you could have just write all these things directly. Maybe just call the variable name num1, num1 plus num2 plus num3 instead of bringing the F. So is the format if you are, which is called Python string printing.
Yes, I got you. But my question is, after the F and those strings there, that is to concatenate the above variable value. Can I, yes. Can I proceed without putting that?
Yes, it's not compulsory. It's not compulsory.
That's what I'm asking. That's what
Not
I'm asking.
compulsory. It's just like a way of me explaining what we are doing. If you just want the value
Okay.
without any explanation, just put the string in quotation, pass in the variable
Yeah.
direct.
Okay. Thank you, Claire.
Mrs. Constance Alpha.
I'm tired.
Where are you now?
Should I share this? I'm trying to do the recent one so that you can see, but without, it will not run without the corrected the previous one. No?
Oh, yeah, go share your screen now. Let's see. Now, your notebook has not fully initialized. What we are going to do here now is this. Here is where you have home. It's like you have removed it. You have just your notebook. There is a place where I was seeing home that time. Where is it? When you open the Anaconda, the notebook, there was a tab that was labeled home. You remove it. You are not supposed to
Don't worry, sir. Continue. Let me correct it internally. Continue with the class.
Okay, all right. So I hope that before the next class work, you must have fixed it. Okay, now let's continue.
Let me start all over.
All right. So I was actually driving to a point that led to all this because at the same time, I wanted us to understand it because most of these things, it is when you are applying them in life scenario that students can easily understand them. Just give me this. All right, I hope we are still here. All right, so I wanted us to understand these basic things before we start taking now. This is exactly the point we are trying to register. So the point is that I'm trying to make us understand the benefit of advanced data type. Now, I want our attention to be drawn to this. You see that for us to display just 3 values, we have to create 3 different variables. So the practical implication is this. You created different containers just because you want to hold 3 different values. Why don't you use one container that is capable of holding multiple values so that you end up saving these two spaces. That is the logic. So this is exactly the reason why the introduction of the advanced data type. So the proper definition of that now is Python advanced data type or multi-structure data type are used to store multiple values. They are used to store multiple values. Multiple values in what look like one variable. That is, we will just create one variable and then store all these numbers inside it. That will have saved us these two storages. That is the idea. So because variable can only hold one value. For example, now, I can only store if I'm developing an app that requires my name, let's say my first name, my middle name, my age, the country I am from. That means I'm going to be creating variable like this. First name equals to, because it's a string, I'll say Prosper. Then I'll hold down, because variable cannot hold more than one value. The moment I want to hold all this information that I just spoke about now, then I need to advance from basic data type to any of the advanced data type. So let's look at the example of this data type. Example, I hope you are writing. Examples of Python advanced data types. Number one, which we are starting with, is called what? Lists. So when you hear lists in Python programming, is a data type somebody is referring to. Just like the way when you hear variable, you know what the person is talking about. Talking about a storage that can store single value. Now, we have the second type. We have the second type of Python advanced data type as tuple. Tuple is a data type in Python. And then we have the third one, which is the dictionary, which can be abbreviated to what? Dict. And then we have the fourth one, which is sets, just like the normal sets we all learned in school. Okay? So we need to understand that when we talk about Python advanced data type, these are the data type we are focusing on. Let me get a response if we are still here.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let's start with lists. Let's define lists. What is lists? So as I've described them before, all of them have one common attribute. And what is the attribute? They can all store what? Multiple value. That is a fact for all of them. It now depends on the mode of them holding some of the principles, some of them adopt in holding those multiple values. That is what differentiates them. And then the scenario where they can be used. That is why we want to start taking them one after the other, so that by the time I'm done explaining them, you will have known the difference between lists, despite that they all hold multiple value. So how do we define Python lists? So Python list is a data structure that holds Python lists is a data structure that holds multiple values with the square brackets. So let's take note of the type of brackets each of these are using to hold a multiple value. Now, let's assume, because I'm going to be using live scenario to explain this, but that is the best way I've just discovered that students can understand programming. Try to make it like word problem. Now, let's assume that we want to store our sys. For example, now create Python lists to store price of 5 items. 5 items. Or it can be student what scores. That is, we are assuming that computer is 1,000 naira, mouse is 3,000 naira. Then maybe a video. So we want to create a storage within Python that can hold those prices for us. So what is the syntax? You see, that is why I was emphasizing on understanding what syntax is. List word syntax. So there are certain things I want us to pay attention. The syntax, like I've defined before, is the rule. Is the what? The rule, the formats. So how do you declare Python list? Just like the way you were taught how to declare Python variable. How do we declare Python list? It starts with the name of the lists. Let me see if I can highlight that. Name of the lists. Comma, followed by the assignment operator. We just finished talking about operator. Assignment operator, which is a single word equals to. Then followed by the declaration of the values with square brackets. That is the syntax. So let's actualize this syntax. So look at the task. Say create Python list to store what? Prices. So I will say what? Item underscore price or prices. Then equals to, then the square brackets. That is what I just explained. Now, this is where understanding the data type that we have been discussing since. Even as we are going advanced, all those basic data type, you will see them playing out. The rules of managing them, you see us still accommodating those rules. For example, the type of data that explain the prices of those items, they are not string, they are integer. Integer means whole number. It can be integer, it can be what? Float. Remember, if I have price of an item that says 500.5, that is a number data type, but under what? Floats. If I have an item price that says 2,000, that is a whole number. That is also a number type, but falls under what? Integer. So remember the rules of storing these primitive values in variable. That is, where you are storing numbers, you do not quote them. And then when you are storing texts, which is the same thing as string, you what? You double or single quote them. So that same rule is followed here. What is the collection of values you want to store in one list? You see, the reason why I am no longer calling this variable, though it's a variable indirectly, why I'm not calling this variable, because it's holding more than one value. So that is why I'm using the right word list instead of saying what? Storing values in variable. Now, what I want to store their number, which means that I will just declare them and separate them with comma. So the first item price is 900, comma, that's what you need. The second item price is 800, comma. The third one is 700, comma. The fourth one is 600, comma. And the fourth one is, let's say what, 1000. So if I run this, the list has been created, but I just need Python output function to display them. So that will now take us to how do I print all the list value? Take note of something here. Let me use comment. To print all the list values, simply write print and then pass in the name of the list, which is what? Item price or prices. And then if I run my code, check what happened. It printed out what? All the values. Now, if you are doubting, maybe you think Python is not intelligent to know what you are doing, let's check the type of data, whether Python is seeing this as variable or not. So let me use comments. So to confirm or check the type of values in the lists, comma, use type function, which we have explained before. And what will the syntax be? The syntax will just be, I'll say print first, then I'll now say type, because I'm interested in knowing the type of data it is, whether it's actually list, whether what I'm teaching you is list or tuple. You find out now. Now supply the name of what? The list. You want to check its data type. And then if I run this code, you see Python telling you that what? Class list. Are we on the same page? Let me get a response, please.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All right. Now, I want to also show us a logic which we did when we were working with what? Variables array. What about this type of printing? Is printing everything, like this one here, is printing everything in the list. What about if I'm asked to print to access only one value in that list? So that takes us to how to access certain lists values. For example, e.g. from item price list prints 1000. Print 1000. That is, from the whole of this list, we want to print only what? This. Now, this is going to be your class tax, but you are going to see it. From where we are coming from, can anybody suggest the logic we are going to use to get only 1000 from that list? Let me test our memory, whether you can factor it out. I'm waiting.
Hello?
I'm with you.
Okay. If you want to print only 1,000, I think what we'll do is we'll use the len function.
Okay,
Hello, sir.
Mrs. How do you clear? Mrs. Constant, what is your opinion? He said we'll use the len function. Okay, we'll verify everything. Mrs. Constant, please.
So,
what logic do you think we are going to use? Is she here? She had left the class.
so we'll use the len function. So where we assign each character, we assign a value to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1,000 now will now be we'll now print it this way. Print. Hello, sir.
I'm with you. I just want you to land.
Okay. Print item price. Then you use the open and close square brackets and put letter 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, letter 4.
All right.
Number
now,
4, sorry.
Okay, now let me correct you. I think you tried. That is 70 over 100. But it's just that you have an idea, but you are using the wrong term. When you say len is for knowing how many values. If I want to count, let me show you what len can do. So if, for example, our emphasis is on knowing, we want to know how many values are in the item prices list. That is where you bring in what? The len, and then before you supply what? The item prices. So what that we print from what we have learned so far is to tell us that what? There are what? 5 of them. Now, but what we are focusing on is that we want to call it out. So you got it through your other explanation, but the right word is what? We use Python indexing. That is the only word that you omitted, but your explanation got it right. Now, which means that what we want to print here is we will print like this. All right. Then we will call the name of that list where we want to access one of each item. Then we use the square bracket, and then we put what? The index number, just like he was trying to explain, that 900 is at what? Index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. So we use 4 to access what? 1,000. So if I run the code, I should be able to get what? 1,000. So that is for you, sir. You try. The only thing is you could not use the word index. So, but which means that you still understand what we are doing. Hope that is taken, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Constant, we are going to find you very soon. 5,000 naira. You know what we are going to find?
I'm here, just that.
Hey,
I am not even pictures.
my people
I was
know
waiting
my
for you
people.
to answer it now.
But please, the next time I ask question and you are not here, just know that you will send 2005 to Mr. Joseph. You will send 2005 to me next time. If you want to leave my class, you are taking advantage of the virtual class. I mean, if it is physical class, won't you take
No, I
permission
didn't
before
leave
you
the
leave?
class, so he was answering the question, and I'm trying to capture
Okay.
what he's saying.
Okay.
I didn't know what to answer. That's why I keep quiet.
Okay. Now I understand. You don't know what. Now I understand you. But next time, even if you don't know what to say, this is a virtual class. Except you want me to start mandating you to be sharing your video. Because if you are sharing your video, the way your face will be doing, I will know whether you are here or not. But since you are not sharing your video,
I'm not practicing it now. Assuming
please,
I'm
next time.
practicing it, the thing will be entering fast.
Yes.
So
That is why I
why.
took another 10 minutes that time. I was expecting you to use that to sort out yourself.
So, but just make sure that, please, let's make sure that we are writing, and the video will be available. I believe we have all subscribed to my YouTube page, because at the end of the day, there's a way I've even organized my YouTube page now. They are now in playlists. That is all the Python, this particular class, all the videos that will be uploaded will be in one place.
Accordingly.
Yes,
Okay.
in a way that once we get to that playlist, you see the first video, you see the second one. So you can watch everything. So please make sure you subscribe there, so that once I drop a video, you get, I know Mr. Joseph has subscribed, but I don't know whether Mrs. Constance subscribed. Please help us to share the link. Just to, you can invite people to join my YouTube page. Just give them this URL at Digitech. I think I've sent it to Mr. Joseph before. Digitech Z Hub. Once you search for this on YouTube, you'll be able to access my YouTube channel. I think I have over going to 300 videos now in that page, cutting across cybersecurity, data analytics, graphic design, and other programs. So just go there, and then you'll be able to subscribe. All right, so let's quickly proceed. So now I want to give us another class tax. This time around, I believe we should be able to understand it. What is a tax? It's called what? A list value slicing. So I just want to use the word slicing because I use it. So as you hear slicing, you should know what I want. Now, what about if I want to extract, I want to access 900 and 800. I want to access 900 and 800. Who can suggest the logic? How do we access it?
Okay. Is Mr. Constant giving us the answer?
I think she wants to give us, because I can see that.
Mr. Joseph, continue. Continue. Once I'm not doing the practical, the thing will not enter well.
Okay, don't worry. The next class, you will answer everything. Don't worry. Don't go and watch the video. You meet me here. Mr. Joseph,
Okay.
please go ahead.
So, it will now be, instead of putting 4 there,
okay,
it will now be, print just like you have done there. So it will now be 0.
Print.
Yes.
0.
Yes.
Okay.
Double column.
Okay.
2.
2. Okay, so let's run it. So what we are expected to display is what? 900 and what? 800. So let's run the code. Perfect. Perfect.
Bravo.
All right. So now let's proceed. So that is how to access single value from a list and what? Multiple values serially or sequentially from a list. So we still have some things to look at. Still under lists. Definitely we will still continue with this aspect in the next class. Only thing is that we will end this and then step into data analysis in the next class. Now let's look at how to assess. What you did now is simply assessing lists from the left hand side, from the left side. So what about if I'm asked to access list item from the right hand side? So one is like positive, one is like negative. So for example, now, if I want to access 1,000, not counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, there is a faster way I can get it if I understand how to access list item from the right hand side. So that is the logic I want to quickly to access list item from the right. So the syntax will simply be print the list name, then the same square bracket. So this time around, we put -1. -1. Now, when you are counting list item from the right-hand side, you do not count the first one as 0. The first one as 0 only exists when you are counting from the left. So -1 will give us 1,000. -2 will give us what? 600. -3 will give us 700. -4 will give us this. So let's run the code and see what we get. So you can see how I got just 1,000. So if I remove it to what? -2 and run it, you see that what? I get what? 600. So you need to understand that logic as well. So you know that, oh, now list value cannot only be accessed from the left, they can also be accessed from the right, but the difference is that you have to add what? The negative sign. I hope that is clear. Let me get a response sharp so that I can move to the next.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So now let's quickly look at what? How do we even add new item to our list? It's very important. There is what we call hard coding and soft coding in programming. Hard coding and soft coding. Hard coding is where you have to manually change things, not dynamically. Look at this here. This is where you declare, this is where you created the list. And you have written your code all the way from here down to this place. Now, you now want to come here and do something like this. You now say, you forgot to add 2,000 naira or 2,000. So what happened to all this code that you have written? Because you have to start re-updating them. This is hard coding for you to go back and manually what? Impute it or update the existing lists. It's hard coding. So I don't need to do that. I will instruct Python using a logic or function to send any other value I want to add to an existing list from where I am. I don't need to do that. So that is the next topic. And what is the topic? How to add new elements. The value in a list is known as what? Element to an existing Python list. That is the task. So if I want to put it in a word problem format, it becomes what? Add 2,000 to item underscore prices lists. So how do I go about this? Now, the syntax here, we are going to use a function. So here the solution is use Python function. Use Python function for append. Append means what? You are adding. You are adding. That is the meaning of append. So it's a function that will allow us to achieve this particular task. So just to explain the syntax, now, since you are adding a value to an existing list, it means that you have to start by acknowledging that list before you concatenate with dots, not plus. So I'll start with item prices dot the function append. So you can see once you type it, if you are using PyCharm, if you are using what is it called, any other ID, you may not get this word syntax. That's a word set, comma, what object. So just double click on it. Now, what does it say? What are you adding? The value you are adding to the list is it a number or string? The rules should be observed. Since the list we have there is number list or integer list, so I will say, okay, I'm just adding what? 2000 without quoting it. So if you run this code, what has happened right now, an update has taken place. Python has taken this value and added it here, though we are not seeing it. But the next time you print this, you are going to see this included coming after what? 1000. That is why to confirm it, reprint. You must reprint after the update. You must reprint so you can get the update. And how do I reprint? I will just say what? Print. Then print that item what? Prices. And then if I run the code, let's check the output. You can see it what? Added here. So this is soft coding. I don't need to manually come here and start updating the list. Anywhere I am, I should be able to use what? Append to send it. But append is limited. It can only add one value per time. What about if I want to add 3000, 4000, 5000 at the same time? Then I have to use another function called what? Extend. So that takes us to what? How to add multiple values same time to an existing list. Same time. So what is the task? The task is at what? Add 3000, command 4000, command 5000 to item prices lists. So what I will simply do here is to remember the same process. I have to start by acknowledging the name of the list I want to add more value into. Item prices dots extend. So like here we are using what? Extend. Extend is another function for adding multiple value. So let's say using extend so that in case you are writing, be able to understand it. Extend. Now, as we are using extend, since it's multiple, you have to wrap them in square brackets after you have activated the extend, which means that what? I have to create this because I want to add more than one. Then I will now declare the value 3000, 4000, 5000. And then if I run this, so the message has been passed, but for me to see the result, I have to reprint. So I have to reprint what? Item prices, and then I run it and check if I have the update. Perfect. Any question? Oh, we are still good. Are we still good? So I want to give us, we are going for another 10 minutes break. That 10-minute break is your classwork, so I'll be on someone's screen. So I want you to perform all this. Or what I will do is that I will leave, except someone have question, I will leave everything on the screen. So just be writing, and then if you want to show me when you are done, then you show me. So the classwork begins. Start now, 10 minutes time. I'll be back and then to explain one or two things before we close the section. So we will not be able to exceed lists out of the 4 advanced data type. But once you understand lists, every other ones are very simple to understand. Do we have any question first? If you don't have question, you can start the classwork. But while you are doing it, if you have any question, please feel free to ask me. I'm still here. Please widen your screen. Widen your screen.
so that we can see your code clearly. There is a section that you need to remove. That place you have an Anaconda assistant over towards that area. You can cancel that section so that you can have enough workspace. Towards that end, towards like yours is split into click there. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Just press Control plus on your keyboard. Press Control plus so that to zoom in.
Anywhere.
Yes, just click on one of the cell and press Control plus, Control and plus. It will just increase. No, hope you have not pressed something else. Not on the zoom. You should be in your. Okay. Now, if you cannot see, no, hold on. Let me give you a faster way. Now, where you are seeing that star, can you see the star at the top? Where you have that star, the icon before it, at the top of the browser. Where you no, not that one. Yes. No, the next one, the one before it. The one before it. Yeah, click on it. That is for zooming. Click on it. What are you clicking? The one before it. You went to the one after the star. The one before the star. There's an icon there. Yes, click on it.
Yeah.
Yes, click on it. Click on the plus. Click on it, then tap on the plus. Tap. Okay, continue. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and write your code. I thought you must have left this notebook. I thought you said you are going to solve it. You shouldn't be here because this one is having issue loading. Go back to the Anaconda. Let me even solve this once and for all. Go back to the Anaconda.
Let everything and start afresh.
Expand this place you are. Oh yeah, from here now. Oh yeah. No. No. Click on the minus. It's too big. Click on the minus icon. Click there. Yes, go ahead. Keep going. Now you can see that. Wait, hold on. You can see where you have Anaconda assistant. There is a cancel there. Click there to eliminate it so that we can see. Good, perfect. Now click on new. Look at new before upload. Click on new. You should know how to create a new notebook since that one is malfunctioning. Click on new before upload. You can always create any new notebook to continue what you are doing if the previous one is not working. And please make sure that you don't close that tab where you have home, because that is the mistake you made the other time. This home should always be there. Now type the name of, give the notebook a name quickly. No worry, just click on select.
Why not? Let's use the Pashams threads.
Click on select. Good. Now click tab on title. Click on untitled. I'm seeing untitled up. Click, no, not there, not that one. After Jupiter, there is untitled. Tap it. These are the things you should mark down. No. These are the very first class flow. Make sure that you are not watching those videos. You are not watching those. Now type name. Give it a name that describes what we are doing. Let's say Python list practice or whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, start this code. Start that code. The last one that we ran, that is the one you should practice. So leave the other one. You can go and practice those ones. The very last one, that list. Create that list of numbers. Use comment to explain. No, use comment to explain. Python list there before you start your work. Are you here? Because I can see that you are not doing anything.
Yes, sir.
Click inside the
I'm
cell.
here.
Click inside the cell. Create a comment. Shift and 3 to describe what you want to do now. Python list practice. So since we have written the code, I want to see you working. I will only talk when you ask questions.
I know you have done so many things. Where exactly do you want me to start
That means you
doing
were
it
not
now?
hearing me. I say start from the Python list. Leave other one. Later you can take care of them. Python, go to your
Okay,
notes since you
okay.
say you have start from where I
Okay,
started.
don't worry. Yes, pattern is in
Uh-huh.
data structure. Abi?
Follow your note, follow your note, follow your note.
That is it, Abby.
You should follow your note. You say you were
Let me
writing
unshare
it.
now.
Yes, yes, that is it.
I wrote it now. No,
Just
no.
follow it like that. If you are getting it wrong and watching it, I will interrupt you.
I want to run it now.
Yes, run it. Good. Now you have to print the value. Yeah, just continue the way you wrote it if you are following me. Because it has accepted it, but you have to print the value.
Oh.
Let's say we want to see the value.
Mm.
Just be following it the way it is in the note. Mr. Joseph, are you still here? Oh, Mr. Joseph is still here.
Yes.
Okay.
Error.
Okay, you have error. So what is the error? Now, error is part of what is expected in program.
This is not defined.
Coming. Now, I want you to take note of this. Take note of this. Errors are expected. It's what makes you a debugger. Now, but you need to study the error to know the type of error. Type of error. Look at what it says. Name, item price, not defined. Now, if I go back to your code now, item type. Now, see your mistake. Item was spelled I-T-E-M. But the one you are calling has S. Good. Now run it again. Perfect.
Okay, just like okay.
So you say any mistake
Okay.
like this. You are already
It
doing
works with the
JavaScript.
same spelling.
You see all this that you are learning here now will still help you in tonight's class in JavaScript classroom. So you are supposed to catch faster than Mr. Joseph because you are learning JavaScript as another programming. You are learning Python. So all these things you see me still mentioning them in JavaScript, but with different name, but almost the same thing. So quickly, I just want you to perform.
I didn't even know that they are the same.
Yes, all the programming languages, they are interconnected. There are things that are the same. That's why if you take your time to learn one very well, if you are starting like this, the other ones will be easy for you to flow with. Okay, Mr. Joseph, can we come on your screen right now?
Okay.
Mrs. Constant, what you do for me, just on share. Just on share for now.
What do I do now?
Where did you go? Just on share first. Good. Let's go on Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, please can we come on you? Let me see what you have done so far. Okay, all right. Append. Okay, good. Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. We are doing good. We are doing good. At least we are doing good. All right. So let me go back to Mrs. Constant and see the development there before I conclude. So quickly share your screen, please, please. We need to round up. We have a few minutes. Mrs. Constant, please, let's come on your screen and see what you have done, whether you have been able to print any other results. Now, I thought, okay, I said you should not focus more on the comments, just give us the solution first. Okay, so
Okay.
just
That's permission. No.
execute this one before I proceed. And then every other one should be taken as an assignment. In the next class, I want to see different work, just like what Mr. Joseph did now. You see that he has to even go and collect student age and all of that. So just capture different scenario, and that's the best way of learning programming. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. No. This one you are still printing the same thing now. I thought your statement says that you want to check. So what you will have done, you have it in the notes. I thought you are writing from your notes. Is that what you have in your notes? You did not write type before. After print, you write type. In the bracket of type, that is where you put in that item prices. Have you traced your mistake now from your notes? Mrs. Constant, have you traced your mistake from your notes?
So I'm coming. How to settle it? You said I should write what?
Look at your statement now. Look at your comments. What you say you want to do. You said you want to confirm, right? With which function? You even define it there, type. Well, in your code, is there any place where you mention type? So the way you are to write it, I wanted you to see whether you can sort it out from your notes. Because one thing is to write notes, another thing is to implement it. I wanted to know whether you can, from your note, correct the error you are, because what you did now is the repetition of what you have done before. If you cannot sort it out, let me help you out. But I wanted you to look at your notes and see whether you can solve it. It's not the comment that I'm talking about. I'm talking about your light code. Leave the comment alone. What did you write under that comment? What did you write in your notes? After that comment line, what did you write?
Right. The same thing I write for the
No,
first
that
time.
means you made mistake. Now, let me just, go down, press enter. Let me just correct you here. Press enter. Now, type print. Oh yeah, quickly. Print. Please, when next you are writing, please write exactly, no use capital letter. Write the way it is, because it can misguide you. That is what is happening now. You wrote the wrong thing and you are still applying it. Now, open the bracket. Now, inside the bracket, type, Type, then open another bracket, Shift R9. Now, inside this one, that is where you type the item prices, which means that you want to check, like you denoted there, that you want to check. You want to know what type of data is there. Quickly. Oh yeah, run the code. We are done. Run the code. You can see this is what you are looking for. Is that what? So let me round up the class, please. So please make sure that you are writing the right thing so that you will not confuse you during implementation. All right, so unshare your screen, but make sure that you practice everything. So let me continue. I want to close the class, but I want to.
Please, you help me in the installing of the fashion so that I can use it and do all the work.
Okay, I'll do that.
You know, we have done it halfway. You
I'll
say
do that.
let's.
I'll do that because I need to close. I'll do that when we remind me the other time. We are still going to meet for the other time, so I'll take care of that. Now, so that I can explain it better. Now, the last thing we want to do here is, well, please, you can practice everything. Everything should be practiced in that place you are, even though you are still going to do it again with PyCharm so that you can understand it. So the last thing we want to look at is this, which is the last one, is if you look at how we were able to add more value to the list, there is no way, there is no one we were able to say, okay, all the values we added came after. All the values we added came after. That's what they were added at the end. What about if you are forced to say that, okay, you are
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, you continue. There's a question I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Probably you answer. So, we've been able to know how to add additional values to already existing lists,
Yeah.
either by using the append for single adding or extended for multiple adding. So now, if I want to remove anything from the list I added before, maybe when I was inputting it, there was error. So how do I go about it?
Okay, so I'm still going to get this part of what I want to round up with. Let me just explain this one first. Now, what I was saying is that let's assume that you are asked to add value to a specific position. Let's say we want to add the value and it's to come before 900. We want to add 500 and it's to come before 900. So in that case, you are going to use a different function, which is what? Adding values to specific position. So here we are using a function called insert. So where you are specific where you want to add it, then you don't use extend, neither what append. So the syntax will be, let's say what the task is, what add 500 to the beginning. So the syntax will simply be, we call the name of the lists. We call the name of the lists. And then after calling the name of the lists, which is the item type, in this case, item prices, sorry, then we concatenate it with the same insert function. Now, the difference is that now you have to understand the concept of indexing. Now, the first value is always at index 0. So you say 0, comma, then you pass in the value. Now, if I run this, it's going to execute it. Now, for me to see the updates, I will have to reprint the list again. Print the item, what? Prices. So if I run it now, you see that what? You have 500 coming first. So that is the logic. If you want to add 3 or 4, just use comma to separate them. Okay? Now, just to answer the question, let's assume that I now want to remove the 500 or any of the item. So how do we go about it? So which is going to be the last topic under this, how to remove list item. So the logic is very simple. You identify the index of the value you want to remove. So I want to remove that 0, that is 500 that we just added. So I will just call the name of that existing list, then concatenate it with remove. Remove is a function. Then, since you specify the location, like I said,
which of the value you want to remove. If you know the name, you can just type it. So here, if I put 0 and I run the code, I get an error, not a list. So what I'm going to do is to type exactly that number, which is what, 500, and then run it. So it takes it off. Now, the way I'm going to check if that value has been removed is to reprint. The same word, item prices. Then if I run my code, you see that to output it and the 500 has gone. I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, please. For can you re-explain the insert function, please?
The insert function is when you want to add to a specific position, not just to the end. So what I said is that you acknowledge the list you want to add. Let's say I want to add 7,000 to that list. So I'll start by calling the name of that list first, concatenate it with the insert function. It's just the introduction of a new function. Now, the index, the position where you want the 7,000 to come, like now, I have, this is the original list, and I want 7,000 to come at index 3. That it will come where you have 600. Now, which means that I have to specify that index. Then I'll put a comma, then followed by what we are adding, which is, let's say, 7. I think we have 7,000 there already. Once you put the comma, followed by, let's say, what do I put there? 50,000. And then I run it. Then for me to see the updates, you have to reprint. You have to reprint the item prices. I hope I've settled that, sir. So you can see where the 50,000 came. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So if you want to sort, I think the last one, how to sort lists item. So you can go and make more search on these topics. How to sort list item. You just call the list item. You want to sort the list name, and then you concatenate it with sort. It's a function. You are not putting anything inside. One is ascending, one is descending. Descending, you just put reverse. So if I run this now, look at what you get. You see that what the values are sorted. But sometimes when you are working with string, that is where you can have the proper order. Any questions so far? Just to leave you so that you can deepen your research. If you want to view where I am getting all these functions that I'm using to manipulate string lists, just type print. Just tell Python to print dir, then open a bracket, and then what are the functions you want to check? You want to check function for lists. So once you run this, you see that what Python will display them. These are all the functions you can see there. You can see so many functions. Scroll, you see the list of all the functions that we are using, and so on and so on. So many of them. You can see I just used remove now. This is reverse. This is sort. This is extend. This is index. So this is append. So all these ones are still there. If you want to delete everything you have in a list, just go and research on your own. But I just focus on the main ones that are most needed when you are programming. Any question? Do we have any question? Mrs. Constant, are you still here?
I'm here.
All right. Okay, so
we have to end the class. We have even exceeded our time. So, but please, I want to encourage us to continue to practice. Programming is exciting. So one of the things we learn from programming is that our thinking changes. We learn how to think critically. We develop problem-solving mentality. That is why sometimes when you are coding, the more problem, the more errors that you get, you start to understand programming more. That is, the more error you get and how you are able to solve those things. Not just getting the error, but at least you are able to find out, discover the solution. That is what makes you vast in programming. It's very important. So when you are programming and you are getting error, please don't be discouraged. It's part of programming. All right.
So please, can you scroll down a little bit? I want to see the comments on top of the item prices. Stand.
Okay, I'm coming. So just before I scroll down, is it here? This is it now. Is it here? Where? Please let me know.
You are too fast. Wait. Right.
I should go up or down.
How to? Just down.
Here, right?
Wait. How to?
Okay, while you are sorting out that, while you are sorting that out, just in case you come across this video and you want to reach out to us to enroll so that we can train you on Python for app development, Python for data analytics, cybersecurity, and other trending tech skill. This is the number to call, or you can also WhatsApp me directly with this number. I think it's a mistake here. It's a 070-6966-5919. So we also have a WhatsApp community group where we give daily updates. So you want to join that group, also WhatsApp me through the same number and request to be added. Thank you for watching. So Mrs. Constance, can we close the session now? Mr. Joseph, can we close the session now? So the next class we start with so I was okay. So I was asking if we can close the class. I think we are good.
So please let me see that last comment. I've not, we are talking that thing.
Which one? This is it now. This is where it ends.
From the lowest number, you are in 70 something. I want to see like
which number? Just call the number. Is it from
go
up?
up from 6. Wait.
From where?
I saw it before to confirm, not this one.